Alright guys, so today we're gonna do a quick little short recap. Today we traded only one stock. There was nothing that was super obvious. Here's the watch list, morning gappers. Of course you can see NAKD is a leading gapper. A leading gapper is whenever it has a substantial move overnight. So for example, if the stock was at trading at 50 cents on Friday, the NAKD at 50 cents, and this morning it's at $1.15. That's a 65-cent mover, so that's considered a gapper. It's gapping 137%. So here's a watch list from the highest gapper of the morning down to the lowest, or the least move. So we're watching for a low float. The stocks that usually make a huge move are low float stocks, stocks under 10 million shares float. So this stock, DFFN, has a float of 3.28 million shares. So if it's highlighted yellow, that's basically, hey, take a look at this stock. It's interesting. So there's several things that we want to look at. We want to look at the volume, the float share. We want it under 10 million. We want a nice 10, at least a 10% gapper. So all of these qualify as far as the gap. And then so we got DFFN. That one is too cheap. 69 cents. This is just extremely too cheap. MDGS. That one's a potential trade. See our next one, YTEN. 673 is the price. Gapping up 30%. Float of 1.92 shares. And we already have 345,000 shares traded this morning. So that's a trade. This is what we ended up trading this morning. I won't go too much into detail as far as breaking each one of these charts down and saying whether it was a good one or not. We'll just kind of jump into the actual trade of the day so we don't take too much time of your day. So here is YTEN. It was an interesting one to watch, and it's the one that I traded. So lately, what we've been seeing, so here, let's start from the morning. So pre-market, this is what we saw here. This is what we saw pre-market, okay? And pre-market, all it means is it's before trading hours. Okay, so what we saw is that it moved from $5 down here, 5.25, made a gap, made a move up to $8, pulled back to VWAP, and then it broke VWAP to the upside, hit a high of 760, which is up here, 760. So I was like, okay, well we've had last week we had a stock named PECK, P-E-C-K. It made the exact same move. Gapped up, pulled back, broke VWAP, this yellow orange line, broke it to the upside, and it double topped up here at the highs. Double top is when it hits both this level again, or it gets pretty close to it. In this case, the high was $8 on this candle, and it hit a high of 760. So pretty close to a double top. So what I was watching for was like, okay, this stock for potential entry at 760. So hit 760. I was waiting for a little pullback here at the market open, and then for an entry here at 760, right there, for a move potentially up to $8. So that's 40 cent, a 40-cent mover. You know, that's a decent size move. So that's what I was watching. Now this is a 5-minute chart, so we'll jump into the 1-minute chart so you can see it in better detail. The 1-minute chart shows a lot more detail than the 5-minute chart. So here we, of course, it's the same stock, YTEN. So this stock, you know, it made 525, a move up to $8 up here. It pulled back, and this was right before the market opened. The market opens at 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning. So that high was 760. It pulled back, And this shaded area is pre-market. This is shaded gray because that tells you it's pre-market. It's before the market opens. So the market opens at 8:30. So anything after 8:30, market is open. So up to the point of before the market opened, on this candle we had a pullback all the way down here to, let's see, from 760 all the way down to 730, 710. 710 was the low. So I was watching this level. I was watching 730 for a candle to make a new high. Potential entry here. Okay, so this candle closed. Finally, the market opened. And now this candle, the market opened. It opened pretty low on this stock. It opened up down at 706 for my potential entry at 730. So open up at 706 at this level, dip down, and as it was coming up to 730, I saw a big seller on the ask. So I was like, okay, as soon as this buyer gets bought up, or as soon as the seller gets sold, or bought up, I'm gonna buy this potential entry at 730. So that's exactly what I did. I waited for that seller to get taken out, 730, for a nice squeeze up to about 760. We didn't get quite 760. It hit 755. So a nice little 20-cent move right here, 25-cent mover. Well, I was really hoping that we got to move up from 730 up to 760, pulled back shortly, and then a squeeze up. Squeeze up to potentially $8 up here, $8. So that was the plan. Of course, that didn't happen. I was able to sell some up here, and but it failed. This stock failed. You know, the low of this candle was 677, and it broke it. This would have been support. You would want this to hold, but no, it broke it. 777 came down to 652. You know, I'm sorry. This low was 677. 677 down to 652. Okay, so that's not what you want to see. However, what I have been noticing on these stocks is VWAP breaks. We've had VWAP breaks, and that's been working pretty nicely. Haven't been trading it because it's a little risky to trade, but here, get this pullback. Break of VWAP is a setup. Break of this orange line here. So we had this pullback. Your entry would have been here at 670 at this level for a move higher from 670 up to a high of 712. So that would have been, potential entry or potential profit up here. And then of course you get in for the pullback, the micro pullback. Now this is a 5-minute chart, so it's a little bit slower moving. But another potential entry would have been here at 712 for a move up here to 750. So nice 40 cents. And then you had another pullback, and then could have got in for another entry here at 722. For a move from 722 up to 770. So another 50-cent move here. And then of course from here it just kept going higher. It hit a high of 908. So I mean now this stock was a little bit trickier. This stock was a stock that kind of, on the breakouts, it would break out by a few cents. A breakout is whenever it makes a new high. So for example, the breakout on this candle is 770. It breaks 770 and it hit a high of 823. That's a breakout. So in this case, you get small little breakouts, 830 up to 848. On the 1-minute chart, you can see a lot more clear. So you get like a 2-3 cent breakout, and then it'll flush. It'll drop 20-30 cents. Then it'll come back up, and it'll do the same thing. So this was more of a dip buying stock. You buy the dip. You buy it as it comes down. You load on your shares down here for a move up. So those are more riskier to trade. They have bit me in the butt these past 3 days. So today I came in the morning saying I'm not gonna take this trade. I'm not gonna do it. no more dip buys for me today, and I followed my rules. So that was it for today. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.